Hello beautiful and wonderful people, welcome back to Jinamon channel. If you are new here, it's so great to have you. Please don't forget to follow my page and subscribe to my channel as well. In today's video, I'll share with you how to make easy Abula recipe. This turned out so delicious, it's yumicious, and I hope you're going to give it a try because it's definitely a must try recipe, and trust me, you're going to love it. Let's get started. First thing first, add your beans to your bowl, soak it overnight, and we're going to use these beans for the gbegiri, so cover it and make sure you soak it overnight. The next day I added my meat to the saucepan. I'm using goat meat, and then I added in the intestines as well. I'll add in ginger powder, garlic powder, onion powder, chili powder, the last thing that I'm going to add is salt, and then stir this till well combined. I'll let this cook for about 5 to 10 minutes and make sure everything is okay. The salt is on point before adding in just a little bit of water, and then I'll leave it to cook, or I'll leave the fire to do its job. So I ended up adding pomo as well. I'll list the exact amount of the ingredients that I used in the comment section or in the description box below. So after adding in the pomo, I added in water and then cover it and leave the fire to do its job. After the beans are seated overnight, I took off the napping and then wash it. So we're going to peel out the skin. Peeling out the skin is very easy. It's like you're doing akara. Just squeeze it between your fingertips or rub it in your palm and you are good to go. After I added it to my saucepan, I added in onion, water, cover it and bring that to a boil as well. So once it's also boiling at the other side, I'll go ahead with the stew. For the stew, I added in ginger, garlic, onion, fennel seeds, rosemary, and red bell pepper. I added in habanero pepper as well, water, covered it, blend it until it's smooth. After I went and checked the meat, that is almost halfway cooked now. My saucepan was a little bit smaller, so I changed it. I added in the blended veggies, and then I'll blend fresh tomatoes as well. I added it to it as well, and then I'll give this a quick stir. Make sure you rinse your blender and add it to the stew. So this is very easy, simple stew, trust me, it's very simple. So the last thing that I'm adding here is tomato paste and locust beans. So I'll stir this together to well combined again, cover it and leave the fire to do its job. I then came back to the beans and checked if everything was going on well. So I checked and it was a little bit hard. I added in just a little bit of water and then I left it to cook for some minutes. So once it was cooked, you want to let it cook until when you squeeze it, like it's easily mashed. As you can tell from the video, it easily gets mashed. That means you are at the right point. So this this soup is so delicious. I nearly drank all by myself. I added it to my sauce, to my blender, added in some of the meat seasoning, a meat stock, and then water. I then blended it and then added it back to the saucepan. I'll rinse the blender and then add in a little bit of water, just like so. The last ingredient that I'm adding now is dry fish powder and dried shrimps powder. I added in vegetable seasoning as well. I'll stir this till well combined and bring it to a boil. Once it starts boiling, I'll add in a pinch of salt. You do not want to add in much salt, and then olive oil and then palm oil. So guys, just look at this amazing gbegiri soup. Just look at it. It's my first time making this gbegiri soup and I'm in love with it. I'm in love. Just look at it. I then cover it and let it cook for some few minutes more, and that was ready. So I came back to the stew, added in stew seasoning, I added in fish powder as well, dry shrimp powder as well. But if you don't have this, you can use a cube and you are good to go. The last ingredient was vegetable seasoning, salt. I'll stir this together and then add in my palm oil. So you can use olive oil, you can use peanut oil, but I went in for palm oil today. And just look at it. Isn't it simple? Isn't it easy? Isn't it amazing? Trust me, it's so delicious. Even watching from the phone, from the everywhere you're watching it, it's delicious. This stew is very delicious. I'll cover it and let it sit and let it cook slowly until it's ready. So I went to the African market trying to find jute leaf. I went to the big city to search for jute leaf and I didn't find it. I couldn't find it anywhere. I decided to use spinach instead of the jute leaf. So because I was using spinach, I added in okra as well. I added in some of the stock from the meat and then some shrimp powder. You do not want to eat it raw, so make sure you add in shrimp powder and then dry fish powder as well. Once it's cooked, I added it to my blender and then blend it. And see, just look at it, guys. Just look at this. This ewedu soup is very delicious. The last ingredient that I added was salt. Stir it together and then let it cook for about 5 minutes more, and that was also ready. So if you don't have the spinach, you can always use your ewedu. And this, I tried searching for ewedu, but I couldn't find it anywhere. I wasn't lucky yesterday. So guys, it's now time for the amala. The amala is very simple. I added in 2 cups of amala powder, and then I added 2 cups of water. I kept stirring it, and then once it was hard, I started driving it, and then I added in water to it, and then start cooking it, driving it until I got the right consistency that I was looking for. So this is it, guys. Just look at how smooth, lump free. Just look at it. Just look at how smooth the amala was. It was so delicious, guys. I hope you're going to give this recipe a try. So add in water and then let it get to if you want it very soft, add in more water until you get to the consistency that you're looking for. The soup was also ready, guys. Everything is also ready. You know, this abula has a lot of components, so you have to make this, you have to make the ewedu, you have to make the how do they call it, the amala, you have to make the gbegiri. So it needs time. Please share this video for me and let's move to the top. I hope you really enjoyed watching this video. Why don't you give me a credit by giving this video a thumbs up, share, comment, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, follow my page, and guys, just look at it. Isn't it amazing? Isn't it wonderful? See you in my next video. Love you all. Till then, stay blessed. Bye bye.